Like hanging wallpaper better. A place to put wall piece of paper. Mistake people make is to try and go to the wall with this paper like that and then try and pull this fold back. The easiest way, before you go to your wall, pull that fold back. Someone will go to the wall and got it already in my hands. Now, a little tip. You can do a little finger piece. We've got 50mm waste at the top, that's 50. So what I can do is fold a little piece across, like so. So when I hang it, I've got double the thickness there. I've had it where I've dropped my paper down and it's torn, I've just got the two little bits of paper in my hand. That'll reinforce it, you don't have to do that. Another benefit of that is, I get less paste on the coving, and I don't have to wipe it off so much, okay? So, once I've done that, I can walk to my wall. I've got my step-ups rigged up. I've got everything in my pocket. When you're first learning, you'll go to there and you'll have your paste brush on, your hanging brush on there, your shears on there. I've got everything in my pocket. In your case, paper hanging pouch, apron, whatever. Scaffold set up. This paper's had 4 or 5 minutes of soak now, so it's ample. If I try and hang this paper before it's soaked, it'll bubble and blister because the paper stretches. So you've got to let it stretch with the paste on the pasteboard before you hang it. I'm bang smack wallop in front of my plumb line. Look what my foot's doing. You can see it then. Putting the weight, so I've got the weight of the paper, then I can grab the corners, and just let that go down. That's took the weight of the wallpaper. Now I've got a little tear in this, so I'm being careful. I'm not going to do this, chuck it right on. If I try and move it down, I'm going to put my hand to it. So what I'll do is, put that edge on. So all I've got on there is that tiny edge. And I'm using the pivot at that end. If I do that edge, I can then slide it into place onto my plumb line. If I'm on my plumb line, cracked it, I've got a roughly, again, 50mm at the top. There's no putting a massive piece here, it won't be long enough at the bottom. So, I'm onto there, I'm onto my plumb line. Now I'm going to brush off my smoothing brush. Down the middle, outwards. Little tear there, so just that, so I can't see it. Then we move my steps up. I've got a crease, which I have. Ease it off, down the middle and outwards. If I come past a big blister there, that proves to me you haven't done that methodically. Down the middle, outwards. You won't have to go back to that then, you're not wasting time. I've only got to go back up there to cut it, cut the bottom. Next one, undo my fold. Grab that up. Careful with this, because if you've got a little tear here, sometimes your paper might tear. So just gently pull that down, drop it down, onto my plumb line, down the middle, outwards. Got my waist to cut off the bottom, so I've got it on there, not going to do any more yet. Go back to my top. I push that in with my finger, or the back of my shears. I need to push that right into that corner. If I don't, and I've got air trap behind it, when I do it, I'll tear the paper. So push it in. I've got 2 ways of doing this. I can do a nice pencil hand. It's wood chip, it's going to be painted. You might not use a pencil on some papers because you're going to see it. In this case, I'm going to paint it, so it doesn't matter. Or, if I've creased it, some people see the cut from the crease. So I'm going to show you both ways, see which one you prefer. So we've got that. Got a pencil mark now. I'm going to cut that. Nice, long cuts. So I'm using that part of my shears. The only time I use that bit is I'm cutting off something awkward or a socket or something like that. So mainly that bit. Little tip, sometimes your shears might be blunt. They think they're blunt. Now they're a little bit on the slack side. I'm just going to tighten up my fingers. There's nothing bolt there. I'm going to tighten them up. So, nice long cuts. Now that's that way. So I'm going to show you. To the way, I've got my crease there, so I'm going to cut to my crease. Nice long cuts. Can't cut this paper with a Stanley knife. Other papers you can. Can't this one, it'll tear. The other thing that gets my goat, I've cut a paper there, I've rolled it up, and I've actually got a dustbin there, so I'm going to put it straight in the bin. If not, I have an off-cut paper, I chuck all my bits of paper on the off-cut paper, and at the end of the day, chuck it in the bin. I don't want to see that chucked on the floor, on your step-ups, somebody's done health and safety, somebody's going to go on the backside, okay? Right, mistake people make. I don't want any paste on that. This is wood chipping into much of a problem. This is a pattern paper. I don't want any paste on that because then I'm getting paste on the front of the paper. So, if I was to push that back, I've got a little bit of paste on here. I ain't got as much as I would normally because I've got a little finger fold. So before I do that, you always have a bucket with water in. And sponge. Give it a wipe and then I can push that out. All I've got on that is a little bit of water, I ain't got no paste on it. Okay? Bit of wipe. Paste will stain. You don't wipe it off and you paint off it, your paint will crack. So you need to get it off. Move your separate bottom bit. Again, crease it into the top of me there. I use my back of my finger, my back of my shears. I'm not doing that. If I do that, I'll tear it. So I've got my shears nearly flat. Crease it in. Pencil round. Pencil back in my pocket. The amount of times I'll come out, I don't know where my pencil is because you're putting them down. I'm organised and putting everything, what I've been doing, back in my pocket. So I know where it all is. Put it off the wall. Nice long cuts. Now, what you can do first is do one cut. Just do a test. Is it long enough? If it is, great. If it isn't, you've done your pencil line in the wrong place. And carefully ease that off. Now, if I'd have gone the other way, I'm holding that, and it's more likely to tear it. So I want this way, I'm holding my paper, so it's best chance you can tear my paper. And after a few minutes, this stuff is a bit like toilet paper, so you've got to be careful when you cut it. Again, look, fold it in itself. I haven't just chucked it on the floor, to stick to the floor, to stick to the dust sheet, something to slip on, fold it on itself. Health and safety, and a bit of tardiness, saves at the end of the day. Straight in the dustbin. Again, if I brush that, that's covered in paste. That's going to go on that. So like that, wipe it, down the middle, outwards, brush. Now, quick look, any bubbles in it? Shouldn't be, if there is, push them out. If the edges are lifted, it'll be because you haven't put enough paste on. So if there was, you missed a bit, it happens. I'm nearly perfect, but not quite, I might miss some. So if that's the case, bit of paste on your finger, a brush and stick it back. There's no point in doing this. There's no paste on it. That won't stick it if it's dry. It needs some paste on it.